What's up, Multiverse? Dr. Dave here. Welcome to the Geek Lounge. On today's video, we're going to be unboxing some Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse Funko Pops. Yeah, I don't know why I'm doing this. Alrighty then guys, welcome back to some more Funko Pop unboxings here on the channel. As I said, today we're unboxing some Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse Funko Pops. We've actually got quite a few to get through. Just before we get to it though, let's go through the ones I didn't pick up, starting with Spider-Gwen. I grabbed all of these off Funko Europe when they dropped maybe a week or so ago, and for whatever reason, Spider-Gwen was not available. She was only added to the site a day or two later, so I'm not too sure if someone just forgot to make her go live. There's the Gwen Stacy figure, which is not yet available. It still shows Notify Me on Funko Europe, but I do believe it is on Pop Culture. Speaking of Pop Culture, I did actually grab the Miles Morales figure from them, but that's only going to arrive in about 2 to 3 weeks. And finally, the transparent Spider-Man, which I actually would have picked up if it had shown up in the What's New section. Whenever I go onto FunkoEurope.com, I always click on What's New and then buy everything from there. And although this released at the same time as the rest of these figures, for whatever reason, it wasn't showing up in the What's New, so I kind of forgot about it. But to be perfectly honest, now that I've seen people who have received it and seen their images of it, I'm not really sure I like the pop too much, so I probably will pass on it. And a couple of the exclusives I did pick up have common variants, but they're virtually identical, so I didn't bother picking those up either. And of course there is the Marvel Collector's Core box, where I actually got this t-shirt from that does contain 2 pops. I think it released back in October maybe. I opened up mine in November. There's a link to it if you guys did want to check it out. It contained the unmasked Spider-Gwen pop, as well as Miles Morales with his electricity webs. But let's now get into the 9 Funko Pops I did pick up, starting with the regular common Miles Morales Spider-Man. I'll show you guys the back as well, which does contain all the commons. Don't worry, we are going to take closer looks at these out of the box in a second. We then have SpiderWoman, SpiderBite, the Spot, and Medieval Vulture completing the commons. And for the exclusives, we have Spiderman India, Scarlet Spider, the Glow-in-the-Dark Spider-Man 2099, and the Funko Shop exclusive SpiderPunk. Let's now take closer looks at all of these pops. Starting then with the common Miles Morales Spider-Man here. Probably, I don't want to say the most boring, because it is still a pretty cool looking pop, but like the detail on a lot of the others, like far superior, at least in my opinion, to this one. But yeah, still really cool. He's obviously going to be donning this kind of dark blue suit as opposed to that more kind of traditional black and red suit as we're going around here on one of these acrylic bases we so often see with floating, flying, or in this case swinging characters, although he doesn't really look like he's swinging here, does he? He's like more in a jumping kind of motion. Yeah, pretty cool figure, like I said, but it's more just kind of basic when we do look into some of the others, which do have some incredible detail, including this next one, which is Spider-Woman. Look at the size of that head sculpt, I guess to fit the hairstyle in. But yeah, this one is really, really cool looking. I love the fact that she has the pregnant belly as well, that little baby bump that we do of course see in the trailer. I don't know if this is like a version of Jessica Drew. I'm not entirely sure. I don't think anything's been revealed, or certainly I haven't read anything about it. Of course, the original, like very, very first ever Spider-Woman was a black lady, black librarian named Valerie, and then eventually Jessica Drew, a white lady, kind of came into things, and the rest is kind of history there. Unless there's another version of the character that is blanking on me. I mean, I'm a pretty big Spider-Man fan, but I can't say I've like read every single iteration of Spider-Man, so maybe I'm forgetting or blanking, or just don't know about another version of the character. But this one looks really, really cool. I love the big hoop earrings as well. Just some really, really nice detail in it. I think she's on the base as well, but just because of that head sculpt, it's so big. And then we have SpiderBite, which is arguably even more detailed. Look at this, guys. This pop just looks crazy with those arms. I don't know anything about SpiderBite, though I did have to look up the character, and I believe it's like maybe an avatar or something. I didn't read too much into it, because I want to kind of enjoy the movie and then go and learn about the characters kind of after that, if that makes sense. But yeah, this thing just looks really cool with the, like, even like the hair just all looks kind of digital, right? It's all blocks, as opposed to like the dreads like we just saw on Spider-Woman. It's all like very blocky, Tetris-like, I guess, right? Again, the arms kind of come out, and it just looks weird, very funky. Again, on one of these like attached bases, like rather than like a detachable one, if that makes sense. I guess again to really support the like character's head, because it is rather large. I do love the suit as well, the kind of blues, reds, blacks. It just looks really, really cool. Next up, guys, we have the Spot, who I believe is the main villain in the movie. At least that's what I read. I have only seen the trailer once, and that was like the old trailer. I don't know if they've released another one since. They may have. I've just kind of stayed away. I don't really watch trailers too much, to be honest. I sometimes feel it gives away a lot of the really cool stuff. And yes, I know the idea is that you're supposed to get excited from the trailers, but I honestly do try and stay away, or at least stop repeat viewings. Like 2-3 times is enough for me. But anyway, this figure really cool. You have like the black, I guess, Spot, right? It's like the kind of dimensional powers that he has. He can kind of go from one place to another, like a portal to an extent. And yeah, this is really cool. To my knowledge, there isn't another Spot Funko Pop that exists. And I was really hoping they were going to make one, because I actually have a Sinister 16, pardon me, artwork piece. I think it was done by Paulo Rivera. Don't quote me on that though, but I think it was. There's actually a shot of it, if you guys were wondering. And my idea was to kind of do, what I wanted was to like have that on display on the wall, and then below that kind of try and make my own like Sinister 16 style diorama, if that's even the right word, because you have that Sinister 6 set that they did with Spidey, and then the other like 6 kind of main original characters of the Sinister 6, and then there's a whole bunch of others like Venom, Carnage, etc. And the Spot is in there, and I was like, there isn't a pop of him, but now there is. I think though there may not be one of Shocker, and if memory serves me right, he may be on that painting. I can't entirely remember if everyone's available. But yeah, I'm so glad that we do now have the Spot. And yeah, the pop's just really cool, stepping out of that black Spot, essentially. Yeah, they've done a really good job on this one. And I mean, to be fair, they've done a really good job on this whole wave of figures. The detail in them is absolutely amazing. The same can be said for this one, Medieval Vulture. I know nothing about the character, whether he has appeared before. I don't know if he's like, is he supposed to be a villain of Spider-Man 2099? I know they had a battle in the trailer. Like the wingspan was much larger than the pop, but I certainly appreciate, you know, the pop has to still fit in a regular sized box, right? But then it's like medieval, what's he doing in the future, you know what I mean? I don't know. Like I said, I don't know too much about Spider-Man 2099, to be perfectly honest. I know the character name, it's like Miguel O'Hara, right? Voiced by Oscar Isaac in the forthcoming movie. But yeah, some really nice detail on it. Almost, I mean, you know, we say medieval, but that does look like sort of jetpacks there at the back, doesn't it? So yeah, maybe it's just like the design aesthetic, is that a good word to use, is more medieval rather than he's like from medieval times, right? But again, yeah, really, really cool. I do love the detail on it. Looks like a really eerie figure. And as for the exclusives, guys, we're starting here with Spiderman India. Again, I know nothing about this character, though one thing I do want to say, this is the exclusive version. There is a common version. I actually didn't know that. I just saw the exclusive when I was looking on there, trying to add stuff to my cart, because I was like, they're gonna put me in a queue again. I don't really want to wait. And I actually didn't have to have a queue for once, like with a drop. Like, it was so cool. All those drops where you gotta wait 20 minutes to finally check out. This one like went through just like that. It was a very big surprise. But I don't think these sold out, to be honest. I think all of them are still actually available. So yeah, maybe not like a massively popular line. Certainly the movie isn't out yet. Maybe they'll be massively popular once the movie has come out. But the only difference that I could tell from the exclusive and the common is like the dots essentially there on like the purple part of the mask. That's the only thing I could see. Maybe there is some other difference, like smaller things here and there across the pot, but that's the only thing I could see. And for like an extra £3, it's like, really, guys? I mean, yeah, it doesn't surprise me. Funko have done this quite a lot with, I say quite a lot, maybe I'm being a bit unfair, but they've done it often enough on certain pops where there's like a very minuscule detail change or something like that, and you're like, really? Like, why? But anyway, you know what? It's still a very cool looking pop. They maybe could have just made the exclusive one glow, because there's some really nice color schemes and patterns here. It's kind of like more warrior-like, isn't it? Like a more traditional style warrior. Just looks very, very cool. I don't know, like I assume Spider-Man India existed maybe in comics or something, or if it is, I don't know if it is like a new character created for the movie, but looks very, very cool. Eager to see more of this character. Then guys, we have Scarlet Spider. I believe this is the Ben Reilly iteration, if I'm not mistaken. Did it mention something about that in the trailer? I can't entirely remember. Like I said, I haven't watched the trailer for quite a while, and certainly if there's been a newer trailer since that first one, I haven't watched that either. But yeah, I always really liked the Scarlet Spider look. I remember seeing it the first ever time for me Was it? Yeah, I'm pretty sure he was in the, it was kind of like I'm a big fan of the 90s Spider-Man animated series. That was like my childhood, one of my favorite cartoons, and they actually did like a mini kind of Spider-Verse style episode. There was a couple of them actually, and I'm pretty sure Scarlet Spider, if memory serves me right, I'm positive he was in it, like the Ben Reilly version, and I just remember like that suit at the time thinking, yeah, that looks really cool. And this pop does look so cool, guys. I just love the design on it. It's the way the eyes and that have like been painted on it looks very comic booky, if that kind of makes sense. Like the ink style, it just looks really cool. I do like it a lot, giving that kind of typical web shooting sort of hand motion that we see, rock and roll kind of almost. But yeah, very cool. And actually, speaking of rock and roll, next up we have SpiderPunk. This is the Funko Shop exclusive. He, of course, is the English version of Spider-Man. Very cool. Look at this, guys. I like this one a lot. Again, on one of these bases, but I guess he's like kind of jumping through the air. Although the guitar's on the back, like I'm kind of thinking, could have looked cooler if he was like strumming. Is strumming the right word? I'm not really a musician, but I think strumming's the right word. Strumming the guitar on the front. That could have looked really cool, but is that what I don't know, are they his webs? I don't think they're webs, right? It's just like the things, like the strap that's holding the guitar, actually. Like I was going to say, is he like using his webs somehow to hold them up? But yeah, pretty sure they are just straps, right? But it just looks so cool. I always, like any Spider-Man game I get, I always want to unlock the SpiderPunk costume because I just think it looks so cool. I love how they've done it. The spikes there on the head, the eyes kind of bleeding, the kind of black mascara, would that be the right word? And just the general punk outfit. It just looks really cool. I'm very happy they made this one, and like the others, I can't wait to see this character in the movie. And I've saved Spider-Man 2099 for the end because it is the only glow-in-the-dark one we have, and we'll check out that glow in just a second. But this is really cool, guys. I do actually own the, I don't know if it was the OG one, but it's certainly the older Spider-Man 2099 figure, which is just the very basic, like, arms by the side. I mean, there's actually a shot of it so you guys can see the comparison. I do actually own that figure, but yeah, look how much more like dynamic this one is. The action pose, the like bits coming out of the arm, whatever they are exactly. Don't know a huge deal about Spider-Man 2099. Again, he's like, I've read a few stories. I may have seen him wait, has he been in, I don't actually think he was in that old animated series, but was there not a Spider-Man 2099 animated series, something like that, like a lot later than that 90s one? Again, can't really remember, but yeah, it's just like really cool, voiced by Oscar Isaacs. Again, really keen to see what they do with this character, how he comes into things. I don't know if he's going to be like a oh god, what is the words? You know, when it's like they're an antagonist that become a protagonist, there is a specific word for it. I kind of got the feeling, at least, especially from the like after credit scene from Into the Spider-Verse, that maybe something like that might happen. But yeah, anyway, guys, let me stop rambling. Let's check out the glow on this, because I actually haven't seen anyone's like shots of this before. I haven't seen any glam shots. I'm eager to see how it glows. Alrighty, guys, like I said, very eager to see how this one glows, and boom, look at that. That's really cool. I think it shows up better on, wait, is it better on camera? It's like a different blue on the camera. It's more, I don't know, it's more, I don't even know the word, like pronounced on the camera than in person, but in person it's kind of like it's a different shade of blue. It's a little bit weird. The red doesn't hold for too long. That's pretty typical though of red glow paint. At least it is on Funko Pops. I don't know if that's like the glow paint rule in general. But yeah, still really cool. And that is all the Funko Pops unboxed, guys. I cannot wait till this movie comes out, June 2nd, at least over here in the UK. I assume it's the same time, right? Movies, like, maybe there's a few countries who get things a little bit later, like a day or 2 days, but I think generally everything is now the same day, right? At least I think so anyway. But June 2nd, certainly here in the UK. I cannot wait. The first movie was absolutely amazing, and I have no doubt the second one is going to be as well. But yeah, guys, that is going to do it for today's video. So first and foremost, thank you so much for taking a little bit of time out of your day to spend with me here on the Geek Lounge. It is very much appreciated, and I hope you guys did enjoy the video. If so, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Drop some comments below. Are you guys also looking forward to Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse? And out of all the Funko Pops they've released so far, which one is your favourite? And I say so far as I have a sneaky inclination we may get more Funko Pops when more characters rock up in the movie. But we have plenty more Funko Pop content coming your way, guys. This coming Friday, I'm going to be unboxing a bunch of Hunter x Hunter Funko Pops. We've got like the Stranger Things Phase 3, the Lotso Bear, plenty more Funko Pops to open up, so make sure you guys stay tuned for all of that and more. What is the easiest way to stay tuned, you ask? It's very simple. Subscribe. Hit click, smash that subscribe button and enable those notifications so you don't miss out on any of that future content. Guys, thanks again for watching today's video, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace out, nerds.